if you forget to wash your project off. You see how the glaze is pulled away from the inside in here? That's called crazing. It crazes, it pulls away from dust. Just like a cake won't stick to a pan. If you grease it and you put flour on it, the cake pops out. That's exactly what's happening to your glaze if you leave it dusty, okay? It's like flour, it's not good, okay? So wash your projects. You can't overwash them, but you don't want to wash them in the sink and douse them completely, submerge them in water. You sponge them off, because if you completely wash them in the sink, constant water running on this, it's absorbing all that water. And then when I dip it in the bucket, it's not going to get the coat of glaze on it that it needs. So you have to sponge off your projects. You don't dip them, you don't soak them, you sponge them off, okay? So I've already washed this. Now I'm gonna wax this one. So if your brush is stiff, because somebody before you was not kind enough to wash their brush out after they were done with soap and water, hot water, then that's all you have to do is go over to the sink, wait till the water gets pretty hot, and then rinse the wax out from your brush with hot water and soap. When you're painting the feet of your plate, you have to paint the very bottom of the foot, you have to paint the outside of the foot, and you have to paint the inside of the foot. And if you have textures on your plate, like mine does on the foot, you want to try to get inside those textures so the glaze won't really, it kind of fills those textures temporarily, and it will make it so that the glaze won't stick inside there as much. Okay, so take your time with this. The newspaper that I have over here currently is brand new. If it starts to get caked with wax and you put your project upside down on wax covered paper, you're going to have wax on the lip of your project, and then it's not going to glaze. So just be very aware of what's going on and pay attention so that your projects are good quality craftsmanship. We will try to change out the newspaper periodically so that you don't have to be too aware, but we'll do our best. So I've waxed the entire outside of my foot, and now I'm going to wax the entire inside of my foot, but not the center, because I want glaze to be in here. I just don't want it to be on the inside of my foot because it's going to be too close to the kiln shelf, and I don't want it to stick to the kiln shelf, okay? So I'm glazing the whole inside of my foot now.
It's like butter.
Not glazing, waxing the whole inside of my foot, okay? I'm almost done. Okay, so when you are done, if there's any beads of wax that are like really thick, try to brush those off and get those off, and then you have to put this in front of the fan so that it's drying. You want to have dry wax before you dip glaze, okay? All right, push stop.